Hi, this is Majinone, and here's my reviews for Green Lantern number 60 and Emerald Warriors 5. Uh, these issues are actually really important to the current storylines because in Green Lantern we get to the big reveal as to who the main villain is. I'm sure pretty much people already kind of knew, but this actually says, boom, here's the unmasking. In Emerald Warriors number 5, Blood Pact, we finally get to see the nature between Guy Gardner and Atrocious's arrangement that they had, and we also get the Lantern Corps a little bit closer to what's going on in that other sector. I'm going to do the Green Lantern review first. Now, overall, I'm really still kind of disappointed. And I mean, disappointed might be the wrong word. I think it's underwhelmed and worn out by this title. You know, we've been dealing with the Colored Wars. We've been dealing with all this nonsense for so long, and I think it's really getting burnout. I mean, just imagine, you know, reading Fantastic Four fighting Doctor Doom for 4 years, you know, and that's all you're getting is just that. And it's, you know, this is getting kind of old. I understand that it's a big story. I understand it's an epic storyline, but I just can't help but think, when is this thing going to end? You know, when are we finally going to get closure to this, and be able to look at Green Lantern with a fresh light? I mean, like, there's people, you know, who ask me, what books would you recommend? You know, Green Lantern would be a title that I would recommend because, you know, the writing, the creative team is still strong, but how can you recommend a book that you would make them buy, like, $300 in trades? You know, it's like I can't do that, and that's what I think right now is going on with Green Lantern. There's too much backstory. It's not new user friendly. Like I mentioned earlier, I think the story, I mean, the art is good. The writing is still good. And I think that's the only thing that's really keeping me on with this. But I'm just worn out by this. How many times are we going to see Phalanx and Guy Gardner looking at each other with love in their eyes? You know, it's getting kind of old. And in this issue, it's, you know, Possessed Flash versus Green Lantern, and eventually we get a bunch of the other Lanterns coming in to save the day, and because everybody's gathered together, that's where now we're going to get the main villain. Now, there was one page, or panel actually I did kind of like. Be careful not to spoil it for you. It's going to be a spoiler, so I won't show it. But, you know, this to me is just, I guess you could say, you know, when you have a really strong writing and a very strong creative team for so long, even good writing doesn't seem great any longer because it's not doing anything better. It's not doing anything to surprise me. It's not doing anything to challenge me as a reader. It's just constant. So that's what I'm running into right now with all of these Green Lantern books. Blood Pact, again, I think the art's good, the writing is good. There's a lot of interesting things going on in here. You know, with the Green Lanterns in that dark sector, and it's basically they're being, you know, mind controlled to think that these other Lanterns are yellow or Sinestro, and it's basically, I guess, a learning issue because while the heroes are learning, the villain is learning. Now the villain knows how he can lose control over his people, and the heroes now know that there's something definitely going on. There's actually some interesting things that the villain is willing to do to protect his secrecy, and this is definitely going to be a brawl later on. Like I said, as promised at the end of the issue, we get to see the nature of Guy Gardner's what's his driving force, especially with him, with Hal Jordan. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to play off a little bit further into the story. So while I'm still fatigued and I'm really not caring about it as much, I'm still willing to give this a try. And I really don't know why it says Brightest Day on it, because this really isn't a Brightest Day title. It has nothing to do with the Brightest Day storyline other than you have the Red Lanterns in here, and I'm really disappointed with DC's marketing that has to do stuff like this. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, just let me know. Rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think about between these two titles. Which of the ones did you like better? So, until next time.